We are now officially 70% done 2022. And what a year it has been so far for the Canadian real estate market. It is absolutely headline season. I have never been asked so frequently to go on the news and talk about what's happening. And they only ask people to come talk on the news when there's big things happening in any type of industry. Rate hike after rate hike after rate hike after rate hike. Rate hikes have absolutely changed the market. If you're looking at Canada as a whole, prices are down like 22% from the peak. Now, I specialize in the city of Toronto, and on today's video, I want to tell you specifically what's happening right now, middle of September 2022, what I am seeing on the ground level for different asset types, different areas, and give you a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tom Storey. I run a real estate team here in the city of Toronto, and I make educational videos about our real estate market. If you watch this video and you like what you heard, please give the video a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm get this content to more people just like you. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, join our community. It's a great place. It's a lot of nice people, and my goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We also have a secondary channel, a podcast channel called The Tom Storey Show. We're just over 800 subscribers there. We put out episodes each and every Sunday. They're an hour long. You can enjoy them on YouTube, on the video side of things, or you can check them out on any podcast platform. Finally, if you watch this video and you want more information about specifically what's happening in Toronto, you can book an appointment directly with me in the first link in the description. A buyer call, a seller call, or just a call to chat about the market. We've been able to help so many of you that watch this channel buy and sell real estate this year, and it's been awesome to meet you all. Okay, so there's three main things I want to focus on in this video. I actually wrote them down on my phone. Normally, I just talk and don't have a script at all, so I'm very prepared for this video. Okay, so we are going to talk about number one, the condo market, what is happening in the condo market. Number two, we're going to talk about the rental market for all property types. Is the rental market still as hot as it was, or are we finally seeing a little bit of a cool down? And number three is the freehold segment of the market. I fully recognize that if you don't do this every single day, but you just enjoy kind of content about the market, your mind's probably all over the place right now because we're seeing different headlines every day. Some are scary, some are not that bad, but it's hard to kind of figure out exactly what's happening. So let's start with the condo market. Okay, so our team sells a lot of condos, specifically in downtown Toronto. I think there's maybe a handful of people in the last few years that have done more resale condos than us. So we've got ground level experience with a good amount of data to work with. Here's basically what you need to know right now on the condo side of things. So the average condo downtown is still taking about 30 to 35, 40 days to sell. And only about 30 to 35% of new condo listings are selling in that first month. So if I'm a buyer thinking of buying a condo, I would primarily want to look at properties that have been sitting on the market over 25 days. Those are the best opportunities to actually get a quote unquote deal in terms of lower than the asking price. And if I'm a seller and I haven't sold in that period of time, it's likely a pricing issue. Also, the turnkey condos are still selling pretty well right now. And what does that mean? It means they did a good job maintaining it. Okay, you walk in, it looks good. There's staging, everything's placed correctly. They took good photos. People don't want to take on a big job right now. They don't really want to do renovations. So the ones that you can walk in, it's exactly what you're looking for. They're still moving, but all the other stuff where they didn't take great care of them, a lot of those are sitting on the market. We have noticed a pickup in action in terms of overall showings since September has started on our team's condo listings. And there were several of our properties that were on the market at about 25 days that then started getting offers. So condos are selling, but by no means are they going crazy. People can take their time. They know what they're looking for. They do have opportunities. It seems like it's gotten a bit better from July and August, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself at this point. Second thing I want to talk about is the rental market. So the rental market has yet to cool down. It is still extremely competitive out there. We put a condo up for rent last week. In 48 hours, we had 6 offers on the property. And just to give some context, the last time we helped our client rent out this property, it was 2.5 years ago, and we rented it out for $2,300 a month. It just leased for $2,750 a month. So if you're thinking of renting your property, the reality is right now, you're probably going to get more than you think you're going to. The rental market right now feels a lot like the sale market felt like in February when things were absolutely crazy. I feel for tenants right now, it's very competitive out there. You're going to have to make several offers, have all your ducks in a row and work with someone that actually knows the buildings. Also, make sure if you're a renter making an offer on a property, you have to understand if that building has rent control or doesn't have rent control. I did another video specifically on that 2 videos ago. Go check that out. Rental market's equally hot on the freehold rental market, meaning renting out a house, versus the condo rental market, renting out a condominium. I haven't seen really much of a slowdown yet. I would think, by late November, December, it will cool off a little bit, but rental market is probably the strongest I've seen it in about a decade. So just one thing to add to the rental market, and it kind of ties into the first point about condos. I've met with several owners that wanted a price I told them didn't exist. And then they said, okay, well, maybe I'll just rent it out, right? Because they know they can get a great price for rental. So it's contributing less inventory to the sale market, bringing more to the rental market, which we need. But then overall, that's why I think prices have held on the condo side for the last few months, but the rental market's still going a little bit crazy. And the final topic is freehold properties. So when I'm talking about this, what I'm referring to is properties in the 416 area code in Toronto proper, the actual city of Toronto. Offer dates are slowly making their way back into the market because we haven't seen the inventory pick up. Now, I am not saying by any means that prices are back to what they were. That's just not mathematically going to happen based on affordability, but offer dates are back. We had clients tonight that offered on a property, had 3 offers on it. It was listed at $999 with an offer date. There was another one that I was looking at personally for myself that went $350,000 over the asking price. Now, I'm having a little bit of like flashbacks to February right now with these offer dates, but good pockets in the city where they're not building more real estate. And some examples of this is like Leslieville, Riverdale, that area always has limited inventory. It's still very expensive and there's not a lot to choose from. You got the beaches. If you want to go west, you got Roncesvalles, you got the Junction. Those areas still have a ton of demand right now. And we are seeing multiple offers come back. And sometimes you're seeing properties that get 5 to 10 offers on them, but the seller takes none of them and then relists at a higher price. So I'm not saying this is going back to absolute craziness. I really, really hope it doesn't. But in certain pockets of the city, because there is just no inventory, good houses are getting a lot of action. On the freehold side of things, there has been a few sale prices in the last 3 weeks that I've kind of scratched my head on, where it was like, okay, didn't expect it to go for that much, where I haven't said that in a little while because the prices kind of made sense. And it seems like the last rate hike of the 75 points hasn't affected the market like the past rate hikes did, even though it should mathematically. But good pockets, good areas, good real estate, good school districts. They are still selling, nowhere near February prices, but the action is slowly starting to come back. Right now, if the numbers continue as they are, September should be a lot stronger than July and August were. And I think normally in a regular year, you'd be like, yeah, of course, right? It's the beginning of the fall market. But this year has just been so weird with the rate hikes. I didn't really know what to expect. Overall, there is sanity in the market. It's not going insane, but there's action picking up in certain segments. Hope you enjoyed this market update style of video. I just kind of wanted to talk to you and let you know what I'm seeing. And really, I try my best to not say anything as like real estate agent says market goes up because that's not helpful. It seems like there's more traction and more action happening than there was in the summer. So we'll see where it goes from here. Thank you so much for watching this video. As always, my name is Tom Storey, and remember, home is where your story begins. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can learn more about the Storey Team at storeyteam.ca. We also have a weekly podcast called The Tom Storey Show, with new episodes each Sunday. If you'd like to book a call directly with Tom, you can do that via the first link in the description.